spirituality has saved my life. And the miracles that have happened in my life, because I believe in myself and I believe in the divine and the all-knowing universe, that's how I was able to get through it.
Welcome to the Golden Age Goddess Podcast. We stand for peace, love, happiness, and abundance for all. Listen to your heart and soul's call, and we will encourage you to be bold, audacious, and devoted. Kim, Indigo, and Wind, helping you win by healing deep within. Only way to the Golden Age. Like, share, and subscribe today.
So I will start our beautiful questions today, goddesses. Have you both ever felt pressured to dim your light or hide your love? And how did you get through it?
I want to hear from you, Kim, about this.
Perfect.
You know all about, we all know about it, but I want to hear from you.
Perfect. So I was thinking about this question last night when my spiritual journey started, maybe like probably 7 years ago, when I awakened to seeing the mirrors and the illusions behind the 3D world. When I started to get deeper into my spirituality, learning about the chakras and the yoga and the meditation, when I started to get into that, since it wasn't like something that people in my community were doing, people that I grew up with that I was doing this, I noticed that I started to dim my light, hide my love, because it was like, I don't know if this made sense, but it was like forbidden, especially like in my religion. If you ever spoke up about, spirituality, yoga, chakras, you were doing like quote unquote
devil's work. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's when I felt that I started to dim my light in my journey. I felt like that's what caused me to dim my light. But going deeper and deeper and deeper into my spiritual journey, the divine has helped me release a lot of that. And getting through it was, for me, going deeper into my spirituality and finding the courage and the love in my heart to know that spirituality has saved my life. And the miracles that have happened in my life, because I believe in myself and I believe in the divine and the all-knowing universe, that's how I was able to get through it, by going deeper into the spirituality, by going to retreats. So the first retreat I went to was my beautiful sister Layla's retreat in Peru. And that was the first retreat I ever went to. And that just opened me up, doing plant medicine, ayahuasca, we sat in ceremony. That just blew my mind open. And I knew in my heart that I've never felt that type of magnitude of love before, the way that Mother Ayahuasca showed me who we are, and we are love. And I knew that in my heart, like it was imprinted in my soul during that ceremony, that spirituality for me was saving my life. So after that retreat, I just dove in deeper and deeper into my spirituality, and I haven't looked back since. And I'm not saying that everybody has to do plant medicine, but for me in my journey, plant medicine helped me open up and trust more into the divine. And one thing led to another after that. Just staying spiritually devoted to myself, to my path, to love, and also using my throat chakra the best that I can in my journey to be able to speak up and know that my divine purpose in life is to spread love, to spread kindness, to spread joy. And I also know in my heart that we're in this 3D world, and that our purpose is just huge when we come from love, light, harmony, unity, and through the journey, I know and that's my purpose, to bring love, joy, and unity. So that's when that's how I got through it, just by going deeper into spirituality.
Beautiful. Thank you, love.
Thank you.
Yes, I love that, Kim. Yeah, I'll go next. So I have felt the pressure of like hiding my light, hiding my love, just through the programming of how the system works and how the third dimension, the density of this realm, how that manifests and play out. And it seemed to me at a point in time that it didn't really make any sense for me doing good, because I used to say like, oh, when you do good, you get the shitty end of the stick, right? And I would say this because it's like, you make all your efforts to show up, be loving, to be kind, to be considerate of others, to be considerate of yourself, to see things in a more dynamic way. And it seems as if people are, and it is very challenging or very dominant in this dimension, in this realm, where people are constantly trying to get over on somebody, or they are figuring out a way to get over you so that they can uplift themselves, and that was discouraging, and that was very disappointing for me. So I used to wish, like, because sometimes it was beyond my it's like anything I could have done to did something against my true nature, which is love and light, would be difficult for me. I would be challenged to, now it's like, okay, so why can't I do what everybody else is doing? It used to come across as like a burden, because I'm always the one to be positive, or to see a different outcome or different perspective than some. And it has been very rewarding in my life. I wouldn't change it for anything. I am so grateful for just being born the way that I am, just like, from very young, just being very considerate and loving, and always mindful of others, like my mom, my dad, things like that. But yeah, there was definitely pressure, and I used to always question why it was that I had the assignment to show up in my love and light, to always see positive perspective, even though the world was so dense and there was so much influences, and other people may be getting over on people, or being malicious, or having like ill intentions. It just wasn't in the cards for me growing up. And not saying that I've been a saint in any capacity, because I'm still a student here, and I've learned and made mistakes, but mistakes are meant to be corrected, like you said, Kim. And it takes a lot to make a mistake and then apologize about it, or to make the correction. So that is also a part of the journey in being unapologetic in our love and light.
Absolutely. Right. Be unapologetic and apologizing.
Right. Period.
Yes. I love that. You made a lot of great points. Both of you did. But what I really love that you talked about, Indigo, is that a lot of times when we are in our love and our light, and we're in our purity, a lot of times it feels like we get the short end of the stick. And so a lot of times that's why people kind of feel, and I mean, I haven't necessarily felt like this. I always felt called to stay in my love and my light. But at the same time, I didn't feel supported, and I didn't feel safe to be in my love and my light, because so many people through my journey, this goes back to childhood. Whenever I was showing up in my excellence and whenever I was showing up in my greatness, I would always deal with jealousy. I would always deal with envy. I would always deal with people trying to take me down a notch, right? When I was just being myself. And at that time, I was very, very scared because, again, it feels like persecution. It feels like literally like I'm going to be punished for being an amazing person, and also people taking advantage of you because of that as well.
Great point.
Yes, people have taken advantage of me a lot throughout my life, and that is a way we betray ourselves. But the thing about being unapologetic in our love and our light is that when you do grow spiritually, as Kim said, you do become more discerning. So that way, you don't allow people to take advantage of you because you are in your love and your light, because you're now able to discern who's really there for you and who's there to benefit off of your love and your light, right? But that takes time. That takes evolvement. And I will say that a lot of times people dim their love and their light simply because of people pleasing and because you stand out and you have a certain frequency and you have a certain light and you have a certain just beingness about yourself that really shakes the room, metaphorically, right? It's ground shaking and people can see it. They may not always be able to put a label on it. And you know what my mom always told me? Sometimes people are not necessarily jealous of your looks. They're jealous of your energy.
Yep.
They're jealous of who you are, how you show up. What's coming to me is that Cleo Soul song. They're just jealous of your mind. They're just jealous because you're kind.
Yes.
You know, yes, that, you know, it's a real thing out here in the world. And that's why people are triggered so much by love and light, because like you said, Indigo, the programming of this world is so third dimensional. People are used to the duality. People are used to being fake. People are used to being, again, separate racism, classism, sexism, all the isms, right? Mm-hmm. We're used to all of the duality. And then when somebody comes and they're not operating from that frequency, it's like, who do you think you are? Let's take you down a notch. Yep. Because you're not like us. And so for a lot of us pure light beings, we can dim ourselves if we're not careful and we haven't done a lot of that shadow work, right? Or we are maybe at the beginning stage of our spirituality. So there's a lot to it, but I will say that the biggest reasons why I dim my light, and then I feel like other beautiful, pure souls have dimmed their light, is simply because you're the odd one out. You want to fit in and you're not going to fit in. You're not meant to fit in. You're meant to stand out. You're meant to be a leader. And that's being unapologetic. And once you recognize that, then you going, like I said, stand 10 toes down. You're not going to give a dang about trying to fit into nothing because you're a pure soul. You're here to be the new leaders of the new earth. Yeah.
Yes. I love that.
Love you both.
Welcome to the Golden Age Goddess Podcast. We stand for peace, love, happiness, and abundance for all. Listen to your heart and soul's call, and we will encourage you to be bold, audacious, and devoted. Kim, Indigo, and Wind, helping you win by healing deep within. Only way to the Golden Age. Like, share, and subscribe today.